Breaking news came to me last night from CDLlife.com. There is a petition to the White House that is out there to halt the ELD law that is in effect for a year now. This is Christopher Babylon, your American truck driver, coming to you here with this report. Got it breaking news last night, just before I crashed out for my 8 hours of sleep. Apparently there is a petition to the White House directly to halt the ELD. And for those of you who don't know, it's the electronic logging device law that has been in effect now for a year. They're citing double the fatalities now, 2 per day for the first year, that these ELDs are to blame. I will be giving my opinion on this because I've been dealing with them now for 4 years. My company that I work for is on the upper side of the curve when it comes to federal laws. Well, we are ahead in all sensors, cameras, anything like that. Like I said, I've been dealing with these ELD logs now for 4 years. I've had no issues. My personal opinion on this is that it's because, number one, they're pushing drivers out of these schools a minimum of 3 weeks and just putting them out there on the road. That's wrong. That's just dead wrong. Matter of fact, last night I was at dinner at a cafe at a truck stop here in Illinois, and I was talking with another driver. I'm not going to name the state, but it's on the East Coast. He says you can get your CDL there in 3 days. 3 days, that's insane. You're going to get your CDL and go out on the road after 3 days in an 80,000 pound, minimum 80,000 pound, that's fully loaded trailer like I carry. Sometimes they can be bigger than that, depending on what you have on your CDL. If you're certified for wide loads, extra heavy loads, then they're even bigger than that. Those are the ones being escorted by the smaller vehicles. And then you have these schools that are kicking these drivers out after putting 3 weeks into them. To me, that's just stupid. That's just asking for more wrecks. They're saying that it's because the ELDs, you're on a time budget and they're speeding across the highways trying to beat the clock. You're not going to beat the clock, okay? You have to work with it. Now, you can be ahead of schedule, but you're not going to beat the clock. That's all there is to it. You have to time out and plan out your trips. I mean, yeah, you can't take into effect everything, traffic, bad weather, but you know what? Any decent company is going to take that into effect if they're smart. And I'm not saying all companies are. What they're not telling these new drivers is that, and I've stated this before, and I know I have, it is the drivers that make the money for the dispatchers and the planners. A planner, a company can get every single load in a state. If they do not have the drivers to move it, they don't have jack. Period. My first priority as a professional driver, when I get behind the wheel of this vehicle, is myself and the safety of my load. Period. If I don't feel safe, I'm not going to move. Regardless of how fussy the dispatcher gets, how fussy the planner gets. I am the first line and the last line of defense when it comes to safety on this road. End of story. So, in my personal belief and opinion, it is the fact that they're putting these inexperienced drivers out there. I mean, look at it this way. You're going to put time, money, and effort into training somebody just to put them behind hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, probably close to 10K, 20K worth of product in the back of these dry vans and reefer vans, and you're just going to tell them, go and get it there. No, you don't do that. Even I had an experienced driver with me for the first few weeks I ever got my CDL, the first time I got it. I drove in a convoy, as a matter of fact, once I had gotten done driving with an experienced driver. So I was still learning. Anyways, it's on cdllife.com. You can look it up. It's a petition to block the ELD law. Now, the thing that's interesting about this petition is it's going straight to the White House, which means they need a certain number for it to be looked at. When I read this, they needed over 90,000 signatures by November 24th for the President of the United States to look at this, for the White House to see this, okay? It's one of those type of petitions. You can check it out, look at the petition, see what y'all think. There's my personal and professional opinion on it. It's not the ELDs. It's the fact that they're just kicking them out as fast as they can because we are in such high demand for drivers. Well, keep that in mind as you're traveling these highways. Be safe out there and keep the rubber side down. And keep on moving. Y'all be safe out there.